Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Rites of the Frost Moon with Mountain Ancestors Grove. We are here tonight on this full moon to honor the moon of the frost, when the temperatures are cold enough at the end of the fall to start seeing the little icy particles in the morning and sometimes in the evening that we sometimes have to scrape off of our cars as we prepare for winter to arrive in its full force. If you would like to partake of the waters of blessing with us, please, I'll stall for a moment while you go and grab a beverage, and we will bless that and partake of the waters together. I have all of the offerings and everything that we need here, so we will be managing together, and I will make offerings on your behalf as per our custom. As we prepare, take a moment to find your center, the place within yourself where you are the most whole and holy. The place where you don't judge yourself, where you see yourself in your fullness of success, and even the places that you have room to grow without attachment. Breathe in this space. Feel yourself centered as we begin this work. We will begin with a purification prayer. May we be pure, that we pass through the holy, pass through the sacred, that we may attain the holy. May we attain the holy, that we be blessed in all things. So say we all.
So say we all.
We gather on this full moon night in honor of the frost moon, the moon that celebrates the coming winter and opens the Yuletide season. Tonight we thank our ancestors and close the ancestors box, but most importantly, tonight we gather to honor the keeper of time, our moon. Let us begin with a prayer. The waters support and surround us. The land extends about us. The sky stretches out above us. At the center burns a living flame. May all the kindreds bless us. May our worship be true. May our actions be just. And may our love be pure. Blessings, honor, and worship to the holy ones. We make offerings to the first peoples of this land. We honor and acknowledge that the land on which we reside is the traditional territory of the Ute, Cheyenne, and Arapaho peoples. We also recognize the 48 contemporary tribal nations that are historically tied to the lands that make up the state of Colorado. We honor elders past, present, and future, and those who have stewarded this land throughout generations. We also recognize that government, academic, and cultural institutions were founded upon and continue to enact exclusions and erasures of Indigenous peoples. May this acknowledgement demonstrate a commitment to working to dismantle ongoing legacies of oppression and inequities, and recognize the current and future contributions of Indigenous communities in the Front Range. Please accept this offering as a gift, representing our goodwill, and allow us the opportunity to make right what was long ago, and even today, made wrong. So say we all.
So say we all.
We call out now to the spirits of inspiration. To those of you who bless and inspire our words, join us in this sacred space. Silver our tongues, honey our speech, that our prayers may become sweet gifts to those who hear them. Spirits of inspiration, accept our offerings.
Spirits of inspiration, accept our offerings.
We call now to our Earth Mother. Earth Mother, great sustainer, magnificent life giver, known in this place as Colorado for the land colored red. Support us, your children, as we gather this night in the celebration of our moon. Everything we need comes from you, O great provider. We give praise to you, our foundation and strength. Earth Mother, accept our offerings.
Earth Mother, accept our offerings.
As our ancestors once did, so we do today, and so our children, Gods be good, will do in the future. Let us now recreate the cosmos. Sacred well reaching down to the depths, connecting us to worlds deep beneath Earth Mother. Be blessed by this silver and open as a gate. Dwelling place of our honored dead. Sacred well flow within us.
Sacred well, flow within us.
Holy fire reaching skywards to the heavens, connecting us to the worlds high above Earth Mother. Be kindled by this spark. Open as a gate to the heavens. Dwelling place of the shining gods. Holy fire burn within us.
Holy fire, burn within us.
Mighty tree spanning across the cosmos, connecting all worlds above, below, and around Earth Mother. Be honored by this water. Be honored by this smoke. And be as a beacon to those in the middle world, dwelling place of the spirits of the land. Mighty tree, grow within us.
Mighty tree, grow within us.
With the center hallowed and open before us, we now invite and make offerings to the kindreds. We call first to our ancestors. You who have gone before us, those of blood and bone, those of heart and honor, those of hearth and spirit. Be warmed and welcomed by our fire. Bring the wisdom of your journeys to brighten the spirit of hope on this full moon night. Ancestors, accept our offerings.
Ancestors, accept our offerings.
Feel now your ancestors as they join you, to sit beside you as you watch this and partake in this service, to be warmed by the fire before you, and to be part of the work that we do here tonight. Next, we invite the naturekin to join us. You of the middle realm, standing side by side with us, sharing in the bounty of the Earth Mother, guiding our feet along her paths, be warmed and welcomed by our fire. Bring the purity of your hearts to brighten the spirit of hope on this full moon night. Naturekin, accept our offerings.
Naturekin, accept our offerings.
Feel now your allies among the natural world as they join you in this space, warmed by the fire and receiving the offerings that we freely give to them. And now we call to the shining ones. To you who dwell on high, granters of vision's truth, bestowers of wisdom's grace, gilded guardians of inspiration's muse, be warmed and welcomed by our fire. Bring the powers of your healing to brighten the spirit of hope on this full moon night. Shining ones, accept our offerings.
Shining ones, accept our offerings.
And feel now your allies among the deities as they join you in this space, lending their magic, their vision, and their power to the work that we do here in this space. Surrounded by the kindreds three, let's have a chat. I recently read a short piece on the internet, so we know it's true, about a coming conjunction, the Great Conjunction between Jupiter and Saturn. And I've totally been trying to find a way to say Augur knows in this, so you're welcome. We've been living in a Capricorn world. Capricorn and Saturn have been kind of side by side for 10 years, and it is defined by top-down hierarchies. This year, on December 21st, Saturn breaks free from Capricorn and is in alignment at exactly 0 degrees Aquarius with Jupiter. Probably sounds like a lot of new agey stuff for those of you who don't follow astrology, but hear me out. See, there's a limit to how far a top-down hierarchy can go. At some point, it hits the bottom, the ground, and has nowhere else to go, and eventually outlives its purpose. Where we are right now is the place where the Saturn-Capricorn hierarchy has peaked at the very bottom of our social structures, and from here it feels like everything's falling apart. But imagine the planets as magnets, hurling through the cosmos. Visual aid. The current state of things has us oriented with the positive at the bottom, where the most friction and pressure is, and the negative at the top. As the current model approaches the new model with the negative on the bottom, the forces are pushing against each other. Yeah, refusing to adhere, repelled apart by their charge. With this alignment auspiciously occurring on Yule this year, we flip the Capricorn magnet, placing the negative at the bottom, and everything will snap into place. By the time the winter solstice has arrived, we will feel the chaos begin to abate. The perspective from the top down becomes more and more narrow as it approaches the bottom, but the perspective from the bottom up grows wider as it reaches for the stars. Jupiter brings vision, and Saturn brings implementation, and with the power at the bottom, there are no limits to where this may take us. On this frost moon night, as we begin our final preparations for the coming of the solstice and the true new beginning promised to us this year, let us find within ourselves the ability to flip the magnet. What does restructuring look like for you? For me, I hope it looks like a further breakdown of privilege. I hope it looks like those on the top will create space for those who are coming up behind them. I hope it looks like reparations and accountability for the narrow points of view that have caused harm globally and personally. But most of all, I hope it looks like solidarity, equity, and progress toward a just society. Who knows? From where we are, the only direction we can go is up. On this night, we call out to our sacred timekeeper, our sacred keeper of perspective, who illuminates us in the very darkest of times. For your guidance, for your strength, for your wisdom, for your vision. Sacred moon, accept our offerings.
Sacred moon, accept our offerings.
So we have given of our love and our wealth to the powers, that they may know our intentions. If we have made any error, know it was not out of disrespect, but out of what makes us who we are, our humanity. Let our voices arise on the fire. Let our voices resound deep in the well. Let our words pass the boundary to the other worlds as we say, Sacred moon, kindreds all, accept our offerings.
Sacred moon, kindreds all, accept our offerings.
And now we ask what blessings the moon and the kindreds have for us in return. Though there may be obstacles in our path, luck is on our side and will lead us to inherit the earth. This I have seen. Take a moment to reflect upon this omen. Consider first how these blessings affect you, how you can find their expression in your life. Next, consider how these blessings relate to us all, to the community as a whole, and to these people watching here in particular. How might we be affected by the Great One's blessings? In your mind's eye, see these blessings manifest. A mist around us, a shining ray from the heavens, a deep welling from the bosom of the earth. See the blessings in your own way, and know the gods pour them out for you. All waters are, by their very nature, sacred. Welling up from the underworld in the chaos of potential, pooling where they may across the middle realm, where they are kissed by the sun and rise up to touch the very heavens before raining down upon us, mingled with the powers of the upper world fires. For a time we set aside a portion to capture and hold the blessings of the kindreds, as a gift to be opened and savored from within. Many are the gifts we have been given, On this day we have been offered knowledge of the obstacles before us, luck and perseverance to overcome them, and the inheritance of all that the ancestors have to offer us. Just as we have made offerings to the sacred fire, that they may be transformed into a form that you can use, so too do we ask that you pour forth your blessings into this cup, that we may receive them. Children of earth, hold your cups before you. Blessings flow through us, sustain us, renew us. Behold the waters of life. Behold the waters of life. Behold the waters of life.
Behold the waters of life.
Blessed be. This is typically the part of the service where we would make offerings for prayer requests, spoken or unspoken, that the folk have sent to us. This time we do not have any. Please know that there is a link to the prayer request form on our website and on Facebook and probably on lots of other places that our awesome administrator has put it for you, so that we can make offerings for you and place them into the fire and onto the shrine, even when you're not here, because you're always with us in our hearts. It's been an interesting ancestors month, I guess. Typically we have folk in and out of the house coming to pay their respects and to place the belongings of their loved ones into the box for safekeeping, so that their stories may live on as we tell them year after year when we open the box. It's been quiet and contemplative, and I definitely can feel the ancestors ready for their rest. It's been a long year even for them. During this time, we have looked at your faces, told your stories, made offerings, and shared of our table and our drink with you. We've laughed, we've cried, but most importantly, we've remembered. It's time now for you to rest. Carrying with you the rejuvenation of all that we have been through in this last month, and knowing that we will see you again in the year to come. Be at peace, ancestors. Ancestors, we thank you.
Ancestors, we thank you.
Sacred and shining moon, for your gift of blessing, of light and perspective, of wisdom and strength in the darkest of times. Sacred and shining moon, we thank you.
Sacred and shining moon, we thank you.
Gods, goddesses, deities on high, noble kin who stand beside us, and ancestors who've gone before us, we offer you our full honor and thanks. Kindreds all, we thank you.
Kindreds all, we thank you.
May the well be but water, the fire be but flame, and all be as it was, save for the work that we have done here today. May the Earth Mother receive our blessings and our love. For all your aid, we offer you our full honor and thanks. Earth Mother, we thank you.
Earth Mother, we thank you.
Spirits of inspiration, for honeying our words, silvering our tongues, and turning our prayers into gifts. Inspiration, we thank you.
Inspiration, we thank you.
Go now, children of earth, with peace and with blessings in your heart. This rite is ended.